drop them out Tuesday would take on a whole new
We don't want
connotation.
to drop out those scrotums.
No, we don't.
Welcome to Bustmob TV. In the spirit of living our life with intention, me and Gretta Nance found some time in our day to pause, grab some coffee, and chat about what's going on inside Bustmob. We'll answer some questions, interview a Bustmob babe, and share ways to be more intentional in your daily life. Hop on in.
Hi.
Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the Car of Intention.
That's right.
We're going to race out here and find a couple quiet moments to grab some coffee or whatever your beverage of choice is.
Depending on when you're watching this.
Yep, and that's a good point. We should have wine out here at some point.
Okay,
But
mimosas.
No, things wouldn't go well for the rest of the day.
It might be great.
But just to
for
take a
this.
moment and talk about what's going on in our lives and
Right.
how we're being intentional and what's going on in our favorite place, Bustmob.
That's right. So first, we're going to talk about what we're being intentional about this week, and that is part of our wheel of life that we talk about, and it's personal growth. We both love it. And for me, what has that looked like? Well, I will tell you. So I have been trying to differentiate the differences between self-indulgence versus self-care versus self-work.
So cool.
Yeah, and I didn't realize there was such a difference until you brought it up. Like Brene Brown said, there's a difference in self-indulgence versus self-care. But I've been so focused on self-work lately. I'm like, well, how does that correspond with the other two?
Yeah, you really need all three. Like, I tend to just be self-indulgent, bubble bath, 9 glasses of wine, shopping, things like that. But that is not going to get you long-term growth. But you can't just go all in and do the messy, hard work
That's what I was trying
without
to do.
having some grace with yourself along the way too. So I love that you've actually put work into identifying what those look like for you. So give me a few examples of what self-indulgence, self-care, and self-work look like you've identified for you.
For me, self-indulgent is like something that's soothing or relaxing. It's usually momentary. It's not long-lasting. Like a glass of wine or a bubble bath or something like that. Something that kind of just relaxes you and helps you unwind. Self-care is more about like nourishing your physical or mental or emotional well-being. Like meditation or working out, things like that. What else did I put? Like a healthy diet, creating routines in your life. And then the self-work is like actual brain work. Like, what are your core values? What matters to you? What are your hopes and dreams and things like that? And I'm like, my headspace was all in on the self-work. And then I was like, well, I'm not quite ready for self-work because I have to back up and make sure that I'm doing the small things like the bubble bath to relax and the self-care things are checked. And then I'm able and more readily available to do the self-work.
Yeah. It's a balance.
Yeah.
Everything in life is a balance. So
Totally.
I like that when you're in a good place, you can pick from a couple of those columns, but you're going to break the system or feel it if if you're going all in on one and not the other. So I love that you've identified that.
Me too. I'm
I feel like
surprised.
we talked about this a lot. We've kind of gone all in on this on Bustmob Breakfast Club this past week. Like that same kind of concept of like this bigger picture work, you know, because it is fun to talk about self-care and self-indulgence.
Oh, yeah.
Are we self-indulging ourselves out here with coffee, or is this is self-work?
It could be a little of everything.
I don't know. But I know like this week I posted something on Instagram that, you know, one of my favorite quotes, because this has been really like something that's my favorite quote is like something I need to hear 92 times because it hasn't like sunk in.
Sounds like a tattoo.
Yeah. Oh. I'm too chicken. I'll get them on my face as makeup, but too scared. I have 2 bad ones already on my body. Huge mistakes. But was direction, not intention, determines destination. I am good on the intention department, but the determining direction part is the hard, yucky work that like Jenny's talking about doing. It's one thing to give yourself lots of energy and like hype yourself up, but if you don't have any clue where you want to go, you're literally just going sideways.
Wandering.
So like that's where a different type of journal for me comes into play. This isn't a journal. I shouldn't even say that. Like this is a planner. And this is just an example of like, I know there are some great ones out there. I'm not positive if this is always going to work for me. This is John Maxwell's signature planner. And like, I'm trying to find, I haven't filled it out consistently. Like this is this week so far, day by day. That might be, well, I committed though in Bustmob Breakfast Club to fill it out every day this week. It's more, how do you want to be perceived by these people around you in the future? Or what are you going to do today that pours into your future in 20 years from now? Like, those are hard things to think about. Yeah. But, oh my God, I really feel like it's getting me going where I want instead of just, well, over here, now over here, now over here. And
energy.
Feels good along the way. But I really am scared to wake up in 20 years and be like, how the hell did I get here? So direction, not intention, determines destination. And that's what we're talking about a lot this week.
And that's an Andy Stanley quote.
It is. I love him. And John Maxwell. So yeah, this is the John Maxwell signature planner. It's a good one, but it's a little intense. So if you're intense like me, you might love it. My God. I am scared to talk about this topic. Not because it's normally what I would talk about, but I'm kind of scared to put it out there.
Yeah, it's not like a female conversation.
No.
It's a male conversation about scrotox and things of that nature. If you don't know what that is, it's Botox in your scrotum.
Yep. We came across a number of articles specifically this week about the rise in male enhancement plastic surgery, and we like to be all-inclusive sometimes.
It's interesting, though.
So, yeah, men are doing a lot of things to enhance their parts that they don't love, like maybe we have done too. So I equally want to applaud them and be like, what?
It sounds so painful.
Yeah, I guess to people this does too.
That's
but
true.
This article was crazy. You need to tell me, first of all, it was by Dr. Yoon, who I love. He's a hilarious plastic surgeon.
Yes.
So he makes a lot of good videos.
He seems very sweet too.
Yeah.
But he was talking about men modifying their private parts, like scrotox, penile filler. I was going to say injections, but I should say filler. To make it girthier. But the scrotox, though, I keep thinking about it. I'm like, what is that, like, to relax the wrinkles in your scrotum?
Testicles are just strange.
Yeah.
I don't need, you just can just ignore them. I don't think you need to make them
look better. It's like they're
better.
not even there.
Yeah, no one's judging you
Yeah.
on the amount of wrinkles that are there.
Because it seems pretty normal.
But again, if something really bothers someone.
Yeah, if it's super duper wrinkly.
I am all about, do something about it if you
go,
really
boy.
hate your ball wrinkles. Right?
Yes.
There are things that I have done that people
We don't
are
like our forehead
I
wrinkles.
don't get it.
You take care of your balls.
We all do crazy things to try change our body parts. So good on you guys. Thank you, Dr. Yoon, for
Sounds
always
painful.
entertaining and educating us. Jenny and I and the team had a lot of shock and laughs about
Fascination.
that today.
Yes.
So
Thank you.
not coming to Bustmob near you anytime.
Nope.
Don't you worry though.
No.
Drop 'em out Tuesday would take on a whole new
We don't want to
connotation.
drop out those scrotums.
No,
so.
no, we don't.
Speaking of drop 'em out Tuesday,
Speaking of,
Gretta's are dropped out right now.
need my neck pillow, my go-to neck pillow.
Yeah, it looks very warm in this 90-degree heat.
It is.
Yeah. But what's really cool is that every Tuesday we do Drop 'em Out Tuesday. And more of you guys are posting your photos, even your before photos, which I think is awesome. They're like, I'm so excited to be able to do this, but here's my before. And I just love how more and more comfortable everyone's becoming inside of Bustmob to share their 1 week photo or their pre-op photo or when you're down the road.
It's a celebratory experience.
Yes.
I didn't get it until I went through the surgery myself. And then I'm like, well, I can't post this on my Instagram. And I can't send this to my mom, but I want a space to show how damn good I feel. And so I'm so glad you came out with Drop 'em Out Tuesday.
Not for scrotums.
It's just an okay place for you to get celebrated. And the women are so supportive of each other. I love how you said, whether you're 4 days out and they look terrible at the moment or they're 10 years out, it's always okay to post your results in Drop 'em Out Tuesday.
Do it.
Are you ready to talk about some Bustmob questions?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Why?
I'm just throwing them at you. I never know how you're going to react, so it's a lot of fun.
Is it scrotox?
It is, and I recorded the question myself. No, I'm just kidding. It's about your personal Votiva experience.
Oh.
I won't surprise you with vagina questions.
Okay.
This is a breast implant size question.
Okay.
So I'm curious to see how you react.
So if I want to go bigger than 800 cc's, what are my options?
Good question.
Go big or
Yes.
go home.
That's a lot of people's mottos.
Yeah. Well, because 800 is the largest implant made in this country, correct?
Well, Sientras go up to 700.
Okay.
And then Allergan and Mentors, I think, go up to 800.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to go, and that's for silicone, but if you want to go beyond 800, you can't get a silicone implant in the United States. You have to do a saline implant. And that's because you can have like the empty shell and put it in the body and then you fill it up. So it's not like you have this pre-filled huge implant you're having to cram in there, which is probably why silicone stop at 800 because they're getting so big anyways.
That's a good point.
So like to use a killer funnel and cram it into your body, your scar would have to be even larger to fit like a huger implant. So that's why saline would be a good option, your only option.
Yeah.
If you want to go over 800.
And you can go up to about 1,000, correct-ish with that.
Over 1,000.
Really?
I know there's a surgeon down in Florida who does,
Dr. Revis.
Yes.
I love his website.
He has great results too,
Yeah.
but he does a lot of like extra large implants and a lot of those are saline.
Yeah. Or he gets into the double stacking. And that's a whole nother conversation, but because he does 2,000 plus. Like he has a whole section on his website. You guys, it's fascinating if you haven't seen it. Like it's just amazing. The human body is amazing. And some of these women look great, but I'm just like, oh my God, I don't understand how you're driving a car or like
How you do a cartwheel.
shopping. Like I'm fascinated. But yeah, if you put 1,000 cc's under the muscle and then 1,000 cc's over the muscle, he's getting into the 2,000 and more range.
That's huge.
I like to set up my own skin questions, so I came prepared. Okay, but no, this is a great question, and maybe it's personal right now, especially because I'm feeling this woman's pain because of this. Here, you'll see.
A big one too.
Here's the next question.
I get occasional breakouts, especially as the weather gets warmer. What do you recommend?
Girl, me too.
Yeah, especially with the masks.
Like, there's acne, you know, all the way down to occasional breakouts. There's hormonal breakouts. There's a million things in between. Like, there's no product that, like, fixes everything. If you have acne, you should see a dermatologist or a skincare expert and talk through a plan. But if you get these sweaty breakouts, especially this time of year, the thing I would make sure you start with is a cleanser with glycolic acid in it. Like something that is truly not stripping your skin, but first of all, making sure at night you're getting every bit of your makeup, dead skin cells, like the funk, the oil off, but then doing the same thing in the morning. And there is one I really like, which is this. It's the Neo Cleanse Exfoliating Cleanser specifically. So this is like the cleanser I have found that has the highest content of glycolic acid in it, like legally for a cleanser. It's like 9.9%. So what that means is you can actually leave this on your skin for like up to 10 minutes to get almost like a mini peel. So to me, it's like a treatment as well as your morning and nighttime cleanser when you're breaking out, or if you're like out in the sun a whole bunch, or just if you're having like an oily moment.
An oily moment.
Like summer gives me an oily moment because then in the winter I can be dry. I would never use this in the winter with my dry skin, but if you tend to have these little breakouts,
I tend to get oily around my nose.
Look, wash your face at night and then put another dab on your spots and leave it for like 10 minutes. I'm telling you, for like under $40, this is a great product that can help with that.
Where can I get that?
So you can get that at realsimpleskin.com. Good question. Plug for Bustmob, because there's a coupon code.
Woo!
Like, we built this website for the ladies of Bustmob to be able to quickly and easily get access to some of the things that we love, and with a discounted rate. So with code Bustmob, you always get free shipping and you'll get an additional 10% off. So breakouts, oily skin, try the Neo Cleanse Exfoliating Cleanser. It's my fave. Question number 3. Surgery question coming your way.
I'm ready.
Okay, press play.
I'm getting ready to have a tummy tuck, but I'm worried about being judged. How do you guys deal with that?
So many haters.
Yeah, you can't help what the haters are going to hate on because they're always going to be there. But there are, like, we did a podcast on this before too, like how to deal with the haters, especially when it's like friends and family members, which really sucks. You don't want someone poo-pooing on your parade. But we actually interviewed somebody, Vee. She's in Bustmob, and she told us kind of like how she handles it.
Yes. She has the most unreal shape. Like, I'm just always like,
it's amazing.
What kind of cartoon drawing?
It's like Marilyn Monroe.
Yes, it's like, or the Rabbit.
What's her name?
Don't remember. Veronica.
She has a red dress, right?
Yep.
Casey?
Rabbit lady.
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica
Rabbit.
Rabbit. I said Veronica. Thank you, Casey from the back.
Glad she's back
But
there.
no, she looks amazing. And her confidence is amazing. And I'm so glad that we got to capture some of her story.
So glad. Let's watch it. Thank you so much for doing this with us. We're really excited to interview you, ask you some questions about your surgery that you just had not that long ago. So
Okay.
we're going to throw some like rapid fire questions at you.
Just fun.
Okay.
Just fun ones.
Loosened up.
Fine.
So
Okay.
first, what procedure did you have?
I had a breast augmentation.
All right.
Awesome. In one word, what was the best thing about your breast aug?
So far, I would say the recovery. It's been a breeze.
Good. Oh my
that's
God.
Great to hear.
Very
Yes.
surprising.
What's your bra size?
I don't know.
Good. You
Normal.
probably should be
Actually, I
knowing
don't want
it.
to know because I don't plan to wear a bra ever again, honestly.
That's right. Me too.
What were your like implant stats? Like, do you know sizes and type?
Yes, they were Nutrella, I believe,
Uh-huh.
800 cc's. That's all I know.
Nice. Over or under the muscle?
Under the muscle.
Got it. And
Got
your recovery's been easy.
That's amazing.
That sounds like a tough
Yeah.
one.
Yes,
what's-
it's been easy.
Good.
Yeah. What's the best part about Bustmob?
All the info.
Mm,
There's no judgment, and I really, really like
That's
nice.
amazing.
And what?
Go.
Oh, I was gonna say, what would you say to someone who's like on the fence, but they know they want a tummy tuck or they know they want a breast augmentation, but they're fearful of what other people would think or judgments or anything like that. Like, what would your advice be for them?
Well, nobody lives in your body. I mean, I had a lot of judgment. I had a lot of people, I have a lot of acquaintances and friends that know that I work out. So they just assume that once my clothes comes off, my body looks the same with clothes on. And that's not true. So I did get the whole, well, you look fine. You don't need this, you don't need that, but nobody knows until you see yourself in the mirror and you're not happy. So it doesn't matter what other people think. Nobody knows your body but you. So just go for it.
Yeah, I feel like I ran into that so much. I was like so flat, but I always wore padded bras. I mean, and a lot of times I wore 2 bras and people were like, I don't understand why you're getting this done. And I'm like, you have no idea what I'm packing under here. And it's none of your business, but people really didn't understand why I wanted to do it. And because I had fooled everyone for so long. So, but nobody knows.
That's correct. I did the same thing. The same thing. I fooled them. And then, but some of the people that were giving me negative comments and stuff now are wanting to do what I did.
I love that.
So it's like, okay.
Yep. You're a trailblazer.
Because I showed them the before and after, and it was like, hello, if you don't think this is a big difference, then I don't know what's going to change your mind.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you, V.
Thank you. Yeah, girl, wasn't that inspiring?
Preaching to the choir of the, you don't know what I'm packing under here, and it's none of your business.
Yeah.
Like, you might think I look fine, but it's what I like
what
feel
you
and
see
look
in the mirror.
like. Yeah.
They don't know what's going on inside your head and how you feel about yourself when you're looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
And so don't worry about what other people think because it's your life, your body, and it's going to make you feel better about yourself.
Yep. And the ladies of Bustmob will support you, whatever decision you make.
That's
so
right.
At least we're here for you.
So our challenge to you is to figure out what personal growth looks like for you. Because for me, it's like identifying self-indulgent, self-work, self-care, all that stuff. But it could be totally different for you. And I'd love to know what yours is.
Yep. Join us on Bustmob Breakfast Club.
That's right.
Monday, Wednesday, or Friday on Instagram. We're always chatting about that stuff too. If you're interested in the personal growth kind of wheel of life, like we are. Jenny has stolen my cleanser.
I did.
So
I'll let you know how it
let
goes.
me know how you think about it. I'm going to go Google image search Scrotox a little bit more.
Send me the pictures.
Jenny was just making herself a Botox appointment
I
over
was.
here.
I was like, oh God.
So
I'm inspired.
there's a lot going on in the car of intention today, but it's probably time. Look at your little baby coffee
I
versus my
know.
big one.
I had a lot this morning.
Have a great day. See you next week.
We'll see you on Bustmob. Thanks so much for watching. To
To join Bustmob, shop for swag, or follow me and Gretta on social, click the links below. See you next time!